In this lesson, I'll discuss options for getting training to become a programmer. There are several options available today, so each of them have advantages and disadvantages. So let's get started. Training today can come from multiple sources. These include such sources as books, instructor-led classes, online classes, vendor product demonstrations, and mentorships. I'll discuss each one of these in more detail. Buying books or reading books online is one of the traditional ways of learning and is a great way to get started on the topic. Books are not nearly as expensive as instructor-led training, and many books include web-based formats that are downloadable. Books sometimes include companion websites with downloadable content with such content as tips and sample projects. There are also used books which are significantly less expensive than new books. The major downside of books is that many people find them boring, and many people prefer web-based video training classes that are popular today. I've found that a mixture of several different training methods works best for me. Instructor-led classes are probably the most expensive option, but it's a time-tested way of learning. Many cities around the world also offer boot camps and these types of classes that are very short and very focused on delivering software development skills. Some of these programs will even guarantee that you'll be able to be placed in a job after completing training. These programs tend to be very expensive, and you need to be careful about researching the program before you commit funds. You'll also want to research the reviews of these types of programs online and also consult the Better Business Bureau if possible to determine the credibility of these types of programs. Another inexpensive way to get started with instructor-led classes is you may want to look for adult education classes that are taught as continuing education. These classes tend to be significantly cheaper than traditional college classes and really are a great way to get started. Another method to get your training is the use of online classes such as this one. There are literally hundreds of sources that are available on the internet that offer online classes. Options range from single classes to subscription-based models. The major disadvantage of these classes is you often do not have direct access to the instructor to help you with labs and programming practice. The other limitation of most of these classes is that it's up to you to implement the coding exercises on your own computer without any help from an instructor. This can be a bit overwhelming and sometimes for a new student, and it causes them to become frustrated. If you can find a mix of both on-premise classes and online classes, this will probably be the best option to give you both an affordable option with the online classes and hands-on training with the on-premise classes. The last option to consider after you've completed your initial training is a mentorship program. These programs are somewhat difficult to find, and you generally have to be selected from a pool of applicants. But many programs pay you as an apprentice in the program, and you can learn to code from a senior developer. I've included some examples of these types of programs as links in the supporting document to this lecture. This approach is generally much better after you've already completed some initial training. The last area I will talk about is getting training through vendor product demonstrations. Many vendors hold free product training sessions throughout the country. Vendors such as Microsoft and Oracle regularly provide training on their latest software development tools and techniques. I've also provided some links of these programs where you can look at the schedule of events as well as some of their free online offerings as well. This is also a great way to keep up with new development techniques that are being offered by various vendors. In the previous material, I've outlined several different types of training sources. Each of them have their advantages and disadvantages, and you'll need to consider these as you develop your training plan and budget. Developing this plan and budget is an exercise that I've included in this class. Your budget and your timetable will help shape the types of training you can afford in terms of time and money. Our sample training plans that we've included will also help you decide which training is best for you. This concludes this lesson. I hope it's given you some good ideas for your training plan that you can include. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson.